Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warcraft Weekly episode number 9. And this is your weekly news show taking a look at everything that's been happening in the world of Azeroth. Today's date is the 19th of October, and we're going to be taking a look at everything that's been happening in the past 7 days. In the news this week, patch 6.0.2, which is the Warlords of Draenor expansion pre-patch, was released onto Realms, and as expected it kind of came with a number of bugs and glitches here and there that we've had to deal with. But hotfixes are being put in place to resolve any issues that people are having, so you do kind of just need to grin through gritted teeth for the time being. So far we've had 4 rounds of hotfixes this week on the 14th, 15th, 16th and I believe the 17th, and I'm sure that there will be more to come in order to fix any further issues that are still outstanding. One of the quicker changes that was put into place is for all of you Legendary Cloak questers. Blizzard decided to revert the change where they made Ordos accessible to everyone, and you will now still need the Legendary Cloak in order to get to him. If you have made your way into the Siege of Orgrimmar and taken down Garrosh Hellscream, you will also notice that most likely everyone who killed him the first time this week got granted an heirloom. This is because until the launch of Warlords of Draenor on the 13th of November, players will have a 100% chance to get their first Garrosh heirlooms in each difficulty of Siege of Orgrimmar. So if you are yet to claim an heirloom, then now is your chance. It is worth noting that you aren't able to gain heirlooms from the Raid Finder difficulty. If anyone has tried to level a new character post 6.0.2 release, you may have come across some very painful mana worms or low-level mobs that are just one-shotting the living daylights out of people. There is a hotfix that was being tested in order to better adjust the creature's scaling to better account for the stat squish that has occurred, so all you level 1s need not worry for much longer. If you play a hunter, then you may have noticed that you aren't as high up on the DPS meters as you might want to be, and Blizzard are aware of the situation, and they are not satisfied with it either. They are currently looking into data as to what is causing low damage issues for hunters and other classes, as they want each class to try and be as equal as possible. The first big round of 6.0.2 class balance changes has gone live, and it made adjustments to Assassination and Subtlety Rogues, Fury Warriors, Protection Warriors, all Death Knights, all Monks, all Mages, all Hunters, Shadow Priests, Ret Paladins, Guardian and Feral Druids, Affliction and Demo Warlocks. Now, some of these changes may have been buffs, some of them may have been nerfs, but either way they are trying to bring all the DPS in line with each other. There was bound to be a high amount of teething problems when this patch went live, as there are a lot of changes being made going forth into Warlords of Draenor, but I think we can agree that we would rather have the issues now, 4 weeks before the expansion goes live, so that they are fixed for when Warlords is live in just over 3 weeks' time. Moving slightly away from patch 6.0.2, but not completely, at the end of each quarter, Blizzard normally hold an earnings call where they talk about the money that has been made or lost and the current state of their games. Obviously that is a very brief summary of what the earnings call is actually all about, and there is a lot more to it than just that. Nevertheless, with the release of 6.0.2, Blizzard also released a press release taking a brief look at what has come with this new pre-patch and what is also to come. However, in this press release, which is a month before the earnings call is due to take place, they gave out some interesting subscriber information, and we can now see that as of the 30th of September, the Warcraft subscriber numbers are now back up to 7.4 million, which is 600,000 more than the earnings call for the past quarter of the year. It looks like Warlords has got players interested again, and I'm sure that when the expansion does go live and we come up to the 4th quarter earnings call, we will see that subscription number rise even more. As of the 14th of October, players are now able to get the original Warcraft game, The Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, and Mists of Pandaria together digitally for just under $20. In addition, all Warcraft subscribers will now automatically have access to all of the old content and features of Mists of Pandaria, even if they have never purchased the expansion, and it will come to them at no additional cost. Obviously you will still need a subscription to Warcraft in order to play the content, but the content is there for when you do decide to play the game. This week a range of free character migrations have become available for the EU realms, and these will be available until the 23rd of October. If you're on the Draenor Realm, then you can move to Emerald Dream and Shadow Song. If you're on Silver Moon, then you can move to Azure Nerub or Khadgar. If you're on Kazakh, Stormscale, Twisting Nether or Ragnaros, then you can move to Dark Sorrow or Orkendown. And finally, if you are on Argent Dawn, you can move to Moonglade or Darkmoon Fair. These free character migrations come into place kind of in line with 6.0.2, and I presume they are being put in place in order to ease off some of the queue times, especially the 1800 queues that we seem to be getting on Kazakh. You've got just under a week to go if you want to take advantage of these free transfers. On Friday, lead game designers Corey Stockton and Ian Hazzikostas sat down with Olivia and Peculiar from Wowhead in order to talk about a range of topics relating to patch 6.0.2 and the upcoming Warlords of Draenor expansion. This interview was literally packed and crammed with a lot of information, and if you would like to go and re-listen to the interview that they had, you can go over to youtube.com/wowhead in order to watch the VOD. And to close the show, we're going to divert our attention to this little event coming up called Blizzcon, which will literally be happening in just a few weeks' time, and the excitement and hype levels are very high. The other day, the online merchandise sale began, so you can now go and grab your epic loot from the new Blizzard Gear store. You'll need to be logged into the account that you have bought your virtual ticket on, or the account that you have redeemed your BlizzCon digital bonus code from your badge confirmation email in order to grab the limited time loot. So that's going to do it for episode 9. We're getting very close to Warlords of Draenor now, and the excitement is high. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.